Right, ladies and gentlemen, no prizes for guessing where we are. We've popped over to Craig's, and as you will see by the fact there's a mat out and a tub, we're going to treat a couple of fish that have had a knock. We did actually treat these fish a couple of weeks back, I think it was, and they are starting to heal, I think, but not as nice as or as quickly as we'd like them to. So we're going to get them out again, have another look at them, and try some ozone gel on them. There's the boss. Morning, morning. And as always, you're greeted by this behemoth, Big Fred the Chag. If I'd have started filming about 30 seconds earlier, you could have got his massive plop on camera. It's like a dog, I tell you. It really is huge. But yeah, pond's looking good. Everything's looking nice. Just been having a look at his filter. Filter's all working absolutely superb. Just been having a talk about air bars as well, because I bought a bigger air pump for my air bar, and it doesn't seem to be working as well as a smaller one. So have a look at that when we get home. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a... Well, the thing is, whenever I treat, and you know I treated recently for Costia, I did an FMG treatment, which touch wood has done the trick. There's nothing left in there. But every time you do a treatment, it's sort of, I get loads and loads of comments about other treatments. How do you treat for this? How do you treat for that? What do you recommend? Da, 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 da. So I thought we'd take this opportunity while we've got a couple of Craig's fish out to show you what we're doing and show this the ozone gel that we're using, because it's actually an old product, but I think it's been sort of re-engineered. And anyway, we'll have a look and we'll explain it when we're doing it. So I'll snap back to you once we start getting the fish out. So start of the process, Craig's just filling up the tub that we're going to put the sedate in, and that's the pad that we'll use once the fish are sedated. Got all the medications set up here, apart from the ozone, because the ozone stuff is kept in the fridge. And just a little tip that Craig's just pointed out as well, to be honest. I never really thought about it, but I do exactly the same. Lots of people, when they've got, say, a 40 centimetre fish, go out and buy a 40 centimetre net to catch them with. I find it, and Craig find it, much easier if you go out and buy a big net. So that's a 90 centimetre net, and I use exactly the same. So it just makes, well, in our opinion, it just makes it easier to catch the fish. Plus, if your 40 centimetre fish grows much, you've got to go and buy another net then. So, but yeah, drum's just going off. You can hear that in the background. We're not going to do a lot of filming, because obviously we need to crack on. But we'll just, as I say, that's ready for the sedate. That's ready for the fish once it's sedated. Medication's there, and we'll come back to you in a bit. So here's fish number one for the treatment table. As you can see, that is actually a lot better than it was when we took him out and did an initial treatment a couple of weeks ago. But it's just could do with a little bit more of a helping hand. So the plan is just to clean it all up. I've checked the scales. The scale pockets are absolutely fine. There's nothing loose on them. None of those scales need to come out. But if we just clean it up again and put some ozone paste on it, or ozone gel, whatever you want to call.
That's the stuff.
Yep, that's the stuff. So I don't know if everybody knows how this works, but basically it's manufactured from natural ingredients. I think it's plant-based oils and things like that. But what they do in the manufacturing process is impregnate it with ozone, and as you know, bacteria and ozone can't live together. So you put that gel on a wound once you've cleaned it all up, and it slowly releases ozone out of the gel, and that's what kills the bacteria. So this fish is well under now, as you can see. Oops. So we'll get him out and we'll treat. Okay, so this is the ozone, and we've mixed it with a warm spoon. So you don't want to get it runny like water, but you want it so that it's sort of like runny Vaseline, that's I suppose the best way you can describe it. You don't need a lot, and we're going to put it on with a cotton bud. We're just going to literally push it in. Now I'm pushing it into the pocket, so there might be a little bit of blood come on this. But the idea is you're forming a protective barrier, and as I say, the ozone will release out of the cream. And it will kill the bacteria. Sorry, I can't talk and think at the same time. There we go, and then we just got to leave it about 30 seconds, to be honest. So what we did was tamadine the wound first, and I like to use a brush because I think with a very, very soft brush you can get right underneath the scale pockets, rather than with a cotton bud. Sometimes you're lifting the scales up too much, in my opinion. So once you've tamadined it, dried it all off so it's perfectly dry, because obviously it won't stick to wetness. And then, as I say, just leave it sort of 30 seconds. Give it a chance to dry off a little bit, which it is. And then we'll put him back in the floating basket over the air bubbles at the end of the pond. I think that's probably about it, Craig.
Okay, we'll snap back to you in a sec. Thanks.
So after you've been messing with the fish and you want to bring him round, there's everybody's got their own sort of little tricks of the trade for bringing them round, but I like to put them in a floating basket like this over the air, so you can see that we're against the wall over Craig's air curtain. And I like to just rock them gently backwards and forwards, keeping your fingers over the fins at the back, because obviously you don't want them dragging on the thing. If you just drag them backwards and forwards a few times just to push air through the gills. Sometimes I put my finger in their mouth as well, because that will, somebody put their finger in my mouth, I'd be very agitated and I'd certainly come round very quickly. But you can see this, you can just feel when the lights, all of a sudden they'll just, I don't know if you can see that, but he's sucking down hard on my finger there. It just forces them to open their gills a little bit more, and we're just really going to hold him here now by the air. Just let him get his bearings until you feel that sort of surge of power when he decides he's ready to go. The ozone gel looks like it's stuck pretty well. Maybe you'll get a shot of that, but it's you can see the whiteness, the greasiness of it all. It's not a pretty sight, but it should help.
As long as it does the trick.
That's all it comes out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But he's just not quite strong enough to ride it. There you go. So he's he? Yeah, just able to keep himself right now. So we'll give him a few more seconds.
As you said earlier, Phil, from the first treatment that we give him, it has improved considerably, but we thought we'd give it an extra boost with that ozone gel.
Yeah, we did the typical treatment first, didn't we?
Yeah.
You see he's coming back round now. And it does work, absolutely. These medical kits, I think they're a godsend for small wounds and ulcers and knocks and things like that. but sometimes they just don't quite heal as quick as you like them to, do they?
No.
So if you've got something else in your arsenal, like ozone gel, there is another one that I use, and for the life of me I can't think what it's called, but again it's like an antiseptic paste thing. You know, use it. Don't be scared to get your fish out more than once for a treatment. In fact, sometimes it's beneficial to get them out a couple of times, make sure that infection or whatever it is, that knot's properly healed. There you go. I think that's the fish telling me he's ready to go back in.
So we'll snap back to you in a bit, guys, when we get the next one out.
This is another beautiful fish we've just been admiring, and we're saying when all this sumi comes out, it's going to be absolutely superb. But the reason for him today is that, as you can see, which again is just so much better than when we took it out in the first place. But he's had a knock and it's gone a bit ulcerated underneath. So we'll wait for him to be out properly. You can see he's still fighting it at the minute, and then we're getting back on the mat, and we'll do basically the same treatment. We'll clean it up and then put some ozone gel on, and then get him back in the water. This one was slightly more lively getting out, wasn't he?
Yeah. So guys, we'll get this one out, get it treated, and then we'll when we're putting him back in for recovery, we'll come back to you.
Sweet. Okay, so we've got a fantastic Shiro here, really nice. Apart from that, so that is the issue. But again, a damn sight better than when we treated originally. So this is more precaution and overkill than desperately in need of.
This is the one that was attacked by parasites. He got fluke, and that redness was all across his back.
Yeah.
But then obviously we got it out, treated it, and it is healing. We just want to give it this last treatment now to make sure that it's well on its way to full health.
Yeah. And this one ain't fighting as hard as the last one.
This is the one that nearly jumped out the pond when we tried to net it last time.
Nope. Still fighting. So there is no hard and fast rule about how long to leave them in to start with, as long as you've obviously used the right dose in the first place. To always go with the instructions on the packet, because for sedate it is important. My normal rule of thumb is just lifting them up in the middle, and if I can feel them tensing up, which I can, then they go back in for a bit until they're completely dormant. Got the impression that this one's not going to be out for too long. He's definitely a bit of a fighter. The ozone gel, just something we've noticed today is normally, because you keep it in the fridge, when you take it out it's very hard, and you've got to mix it with a warm spoon and get it to a consistency like Vaseline. Because it's so warm today, that even just putting it in the tub that we're using to mix it in is sufficient to get it to the right consistency. So just be careful, because obviously if you get too runny, it's just going to run off. If you don't go soft enough, you won't stick to the skin of the fish. Think we're there.
Right guys, we'll snap back to you in a bit once we've treated it. Thanks.
So this is just, you can see the ozone paste on there, nice thick layer. And just you can see him twitching then, possibly. You just feel him twitching while I'm holding him. So we're just getting down here, get him over the air. And again, just protecting his two bottom fins. If I was really professional, I'd actually know the name of them two fins, but I can't remember. They're cordial fins or something, I don't know. But straight away his gills are going. You can probably see his gills going from there. Get some oxygen in him. Feel him chomping down on my finger now.
If your finger ain't too far and he bites it off.
Yes, it
People don't realise fish at koi have got teeth.
Nah. I remember the first time I saw all these white things at the bottom of my filter. I thought, what the heck are they? Pulled them out, they look like baby's teeth. Baby's teeth, is that me black country coming out?
Yeah. You am in the black country now.
I am.
So
I am black country. I was born in Walsall, mate. Even though the black country boys have discommunicated me for not living there anymore. Discommunicated? Is that the word? I'm still black country at heart. I thought it'd be quicker with how he fought against it.
Yeah. He's done.
Yeah, he's done. There you go. 3 very annoyed fish. So that's it, that was fairly painless, wasn't it, Craig?
Yeah, superb, thank you.
Say, it's just taking your time, not be worried by the sedation, not be worried by how long they can show out the water. They can survive for a lot longer than you think, and it's just having everything ready. Take your time, do what you've got to do, get them back in the water. Thanks for watching. So thank you for everybody that took part in the billing prize draw competition that I did recently. I'm just going to do the draw now, so Claire's here, she's going to film it. We're going to go on to one of these free random wheel of death generator things, although I don't think the actual wheel works anymore, but we're going to do a random picker from the comments, so I'll just get it set up and then we'll go over to there. We have a winner. Well done, Mary, 1944. Congratulations. If you want to get in touch with me, we can arrange to meet up, or you can come and collect it. So yeah, thank you to everybody that took part. Watch out hopefully for some more previews on the next videos. Thanks very much for watching. Appreciate it. See you next time.